G'day Kangaroo fans, David Teague here. Welcome to another edition of Kangas Corner, the only show dedicated for you. Well, it was another tough game on the weekend against Carlton. Unfortunately, the Blues were a bit good and they took the points home, but there were some great moments, so we'll go have a look at those.
Something that Dennis Pagan has no doubt addressed the players throughout the week.
Petrie again, Koutoufidis. Oh, he gives it straight up to Harvey, who runs in from 15 metres and kicks another one for the Kangaroos. Red boots, we've seen plenty of white. Motlop thumping, kick to half forward. Oh, Morell at the back almost. Couldn't hold on. In fact, it was Petrie. Chance for grab. He's 30 metres from goal. He doesn't miss these. And he has it this time. Kangaroos back in front.
To the bench.
Spectacular mark taken by Simpson. Sets Baird away. Now Daniel Motlop. Missed the mark he should have taken. Well played by Hale. Clayton. Clever little kick around the body. Mark taken by Harvey. And that should be 50 metres. It is. Against Simon Wiggins, the player clearly took the mark, and you can't tackle and bury a player once they've taken the mark. So Brent Harvey, who's kicked a couple of goals, will bring the margin back to 14 points. The Kangaroos need one. He pops it through. Margin back to 14 points in favour of the Blues. Token effort from Murphy on the mark. Petrie pumps it long. Harvey almost. Carlton or the fourth. Camberelli wasn't quite aware of the forthcoming Kangaroos player. Shannon Motlop, a thumping kick goalward. It bounces. Knocked it weirdly by Harvey to Daniel Motlop. And that is an incredible goal. The kick from Shannon Motlop bounced up on its end, and Harvey, running hard as he's done all night, got there and was able to somehow thread a handball through to Daniel Motlop, who was waiting eagerly on the goal line, answering every challenge. Frentz has been fantastic. Taken this time by Shannon Grant from 55. A low raking drop punt is a goal. Kangaroos not lying down. What a response from Shannon Grant from outside 50.
Plenty of Kangaroos there, they all flew. Well done, Porter. Brown, Stevens having a big last quarter to the hot spot. Harding with an open goal in front of him. The Kangaroos are within a kick.
It's tough enough being a full-time AFL footballer, yet it's even tougher trying to complete your VCE at the same time. Young Kangaroos draft pick Joel Perry is going to try and complete that this year. So let's go have a look and see how he does it.
Ask the average kid doing Year 12 what it's like and they'll probably say they've never been busier. Late nights full of homework and cramming for exams are enough to occupy the ordinary 17-year-old. But Scoresby Secondary College student Joel Perry is no ordinary VCE pupil. In his spare time, he just happens to be an AFL footballer. Most teenage boys head straight for the kitchen in the morning, and Kangaroos number 5 draft pick Joel Perry is no exception. This boy has one huge day ahead of him, and his mum Marianne tells us an appetite to match.
He's always had a huge appetite. I think more so eating a little bit more better food and lots fresh fruit, always fresh fruit, cereals, nothing to have 4 bowls of cereal. Sometimes through the day, just as a snack rather than just munch on chips and stuff, yeah, so yeah, no, it's just normal. He does have a few jobs he does do around the house every day, which is good, and it sort of keeps his feet firmly on the ground.
The bell rings and Joel's off to PE. His teacher Andrew Young says since being drafted, he's become quite the celebrity at school.
The first time I've had a student drafted by a league club, and I've known or taught Joel right through since year 7, and I couldn't be happier for him and his family. Basically offered him to do his year 12 over 2 years, but as determined as Joel is, he's decided to give it a go over 1 year, and his first 5 weeks have been fantastic. He's right up to date with everything, and mixes up his footy training and his schoolwork really well. With his sport, I mean, he's always loved his sport, so I've heard, he's been a great student right through in my classes, and in his physiology studies in Year 12, he understands, he asks questions, he works hard, still loves his prep work, of course, but he mixes it now, he mixes both of them really well.
While Joel has his sights set on a big future in football, he's keeping it all in perspective. He might rub shoulders with some of the game's greats at training, but at lunchtime he's just a kid playing with his mates.
Joel's always been a really level-headed kid. Hasn't, not big-headed or anything like that, and doesn't brag about his footy or anything, and that's what makes him the nice young man he is, and the kids, he doesn't brag about it, so he's just a normal student at school. Joel's prepared to put in the extra yards over the weekend or when he's got some spare time to catch up, so we've got a really good understanding, and I don't have to push him at all. He comes up and asks me for the work, and he does it in all the other subjects as well. Joel played in the senior footy team when he was in Year 10 and stood out at centre half back, and that's when I first realised that this kid was going to be a good player, because he was playing against Eastern Rangers kids from the neighbouring schools and going to nice hiding.
While Joel's old enough to play league football, he's not old enough to drive, and that's where the Kangaroos come in. But according to those in the know, his driver's licence and his first game are just a matter of time, and Coach Dean Laidley is prepared to wait.
At 7, got some great athletes, and look, he's in our development program. He may take a year or two to come through, but that's fine. He's got a heavy workload this year, and we think he'll be a real player for us. As soon as I got the job here, I spent hours upon hours going through videotapes with the recruiting staff at Neville Stibbard, and you really need to have a look at this kid. And, it was Neville the one that sort of looked at him and said, earmarked him as a guy that we'd like to draft. He's got some good pace, and he's got some good strength to continue to work on. He's got some terrific hands, and he can take a good mark. So, and he has the ability to run through the lines, and that's what we like about him. Recruit some quality character, and he's certainly one of them. And look, the older core of guys sense that straight away. It's pretty hard to get away with anything in football clubs. If you come in with a chip on your shoulder or that, they soon knock it off. But that has been the case, and he's fitted in very well. We still need to be aware that he has a heavy workload, and it's very important that he finishes off Year 12 and does well, because there really needs to be life after football.
I was fairly nervous. I was pretty surprised to go to the Kangaroos because I hadn't had any contact from them other than at the draft camp. So yeah, it was obviously pretty exciting when my name got called out. It was pretty good actually. First of all, the hardest thing was getting kind of recognised by the senior group, the players, so that they respect you as a person, as a player, so they didn't think you're an idiot little smarty or anything. And then the hardest thing is the training. So it was good morning start, and then get home about 4, so it was about from 8 till 4, so it was long days and it was pretty hard work, so that was the main thing. That's the thing about the Kangaroos, I suppose, because, well, everyone's really good mates with each other, I think, and it was the first time I got there, it was a little bit daunting because there's some good players there, and it wasn't too bad. They'll let you in and they'll, come up and introduce themselves and things like that, so it wasn't too bad actually. Sometimes for players, footy doesn't last a long time, and 2 or 3 years could be all I'm for at the Kangaroos, so we're gonna have a future beyond footy. So the club and my parents and everyone else I know has pushed that pretty hard and make sure I do it pretty well.
Now, tell me the truth. How much homework do you do?
I do a fair bit, but sometimes I get a bit slack, but then, I don't know, parents and guys at the club make sure I do it all, so yeah, I do a fair bit. I suppose not as much as I could, but I try to do as much as I can.
Radio Joel, you're only 17, so you don't have your licence yet. Is that a bit of a pain?
Nah, not really. I suppose it is because I like to drive a bit myself, but I get to training by my parents or by Blake Grimmer, who's another guy from the X-Rangers who got drafted with the Kangaroos. So I go around to his house and he takes us training and takes us home. Or the other thing is the Kangaroo, someone from the Kangaroos will pick me up from school and then take me to training and bring me home again. So it's not too bad, but it'll be better if I haven't got a lot. So watch a bit of telly, play a bit of pool at home with my old man. Mainly that's it, and I sleep a fair bit as well, so that's about it.